DJ
Dig.
Elliott Brown.
Yes, aka DJ Dig, as you hear on a lot of the tags. And guys, again, thank you so much. We appreciate everybody that's viewing, everybody that's watching on also Facebook, as well as our YouTube channel, which is Party People Network, guys. And again, thank you for your support. And we ask that you continue to like, follow, hit the like button, subscribe. And we have a special guest that's with us in the mothership tonight. And I tell you, man, this gentleman is, man, he is a legend in the Southern Soul music community, man. And he is an important, integral part of spreading the virus, if you will, which is the music. And the music, that's what it's all about, man. When you hear that feel good music, he's one of those guys that starts the process. So I want to introduce him right now. Ladies and gentlemen, or as our MC would say if he was here, he's not here because he's getting his teeth fixed. But his name is well, anyway, he would say, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce the one, the only DJ Elliott Brown. Ladies and
Round.
gentlemen.
Yeah, yeah.
What
Yes,
up? What
yes,
up?
yes. What's up? What's up? What's up? The podcast. How's everybody doing on the podcast today? Shouts out to everybody out there that's tuning in.
Yes,
I am
indeed.
DJ Elliott Brown.
All right, all right. And I tell you, man, we are doing good as some of the elders would say, man, it's good to be seen and not viewed. So
That's what it's
uh
on.
most definitely, most definitely. So, man, let's get into it, man. DJ Elliott Brown, man, you are that's one of the things when we initially met, one of the things we said was, man, look, we've got to get you on the show as a guest because,
Yeah.
man, your journey and your story, man, is one that needs to be shared, and we want to do that tonight and definitely give you your flowers, man, because what you're doing, you are definitely, man, opening up doors for the genre. And I tell you, man, taking it to another level. And as you know, in this thing, there's levels.
Oh
A
yes.
lot
Oh
of
yes.
people,
Definitely levels.
yes, indeed, a lot of people always, with entertainment, they always see the end result, and we talk about that a lot on this show. But some people want to go from 1 to 100 real quick because they see that, but they don't realize, okay, what's the first step? So, but DJ, we want to thank you so much, man, for being on the show. And man, DJ, tell us, man, your origins, man, where you from, and how you got started in what you're doing right now.
Well, I'm from really down around Savannah, Georgia. I'm out for a little small town outside of Savannah, Georgia. It's
All
called
right.
Eden, Georgia. It's where I'm really from. I was born and raised, born in Statesboro, Georgia, but raised up in Eden. It's in
Okay.
between Eden and Savannah. That's where I was raised up at,
Oh,
and
awesome.
that's my born place. And I moved here. Been here in Atlanta now for probably been in Atlanta about 12 years now.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. So yeah, man. So definitely Georgia born and Georgia raised. And definitely, man, that's awesome, man. Georgia
Yes,
is
yes.
just one of those breeding grounds. Like, we're from right next door. I'm born and raised in Alabama, Tuskegee,
Alabama.
Alabama, and uh
That's good.
and yes, host man, where you from, man? You from Alabama as well.
I'm like
So
Red Fox. I'm like Pop Sanford. I'm like, you
Pop,
see
pop,
this?
pop.
You see this?
uh-huh, uh-huh,
Uh-huh,
The
uh-huh.
mighty
uh-huh.
Marching Hornets.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Monkey Town, Montgomery, Alabama.
Market
Yes.
town money.
Yes,
Yep,
yes,
the
indeed,
dump.
yes. So, man, it's so we definitely, man, just on that vibe, and so, man, you've been here for 12 years, and so, man, how did you get into DJing? What
Mm.
lit the spark for you with that?
Well, where I was raised up at a little country town, I was raised by my grandparents, and
Yeah.
we had a little juke joint. Back in the
Ah,
day, they
okay.
called it juke joint. We had a
Uh-huh.
juke joint,
See?
and
What
See?
about them?
Yes.
so we
Uh-huh.
had a little juke joint. We had back in the day it's called a piccolo. We had piccolo and stuff like that, play
Yeah.
pool and piccolo and stuff. And
Yeah.
then I got to the point I wanted to have parties at the little juke joint. So I started having parties. Then they say, well, we need a DJ. So we started hiring DJs, and I went to hire some DJs, and we have little parties all the time. And then I like, man, I want to do that. What he's doing right there. So
Hmm.
the DJ I used to hire to do my parties, he learned me how to DJ.
Wow. Wow.
Guy
Wow.
named,
And
guy
as they
named
would say, the rest is history.
the rest is history. And I've been doing it now for I'll say 20 plus.
20
I've
years.
been
Wow.
doing it for a while.
Wow.
Been doing it for
Wow.
quite a while.
That's amazing.
And it's been a journey. It's been a
Oh
journey.
yeah. Yeah.
It's been a journey.
And that's the thing, that's always, man, that is important, and because we have a lot of aspiring artists, and some of our community, our fans, our listeners out there, they're aspiring, and so talking about the journey is really important, because it is it has its ebbs and flows, if you
Right.
will. And so
True.
what is some of the most important um, lessons that you have learned on your journey as DJ in this growing and it's man, it's ever evolving field, man? What are some of the most important lessons that you have acquired on your journey?
Well, some of the most important things that I learned in the DJ journey that I always learn to get along with other DJs. That's a key point. Some
Wow.
DJs don't like getting along. I
Right.
never was threatened by another DJ because that other DJ might can learn me something. So I was
Uh-huh.
never threatened with another DJ. But a lot of DJs is threatened by other DJs. I don't care how good you was. Hey, I'm sitting there watching you. I might learn something from watching you, because you're good. You better than
Hmm.
me. And I ain't ashamed to admit that you're better than me. So I'm gonna look and see what you're doing, and maybe I can practice and I learn how to. So I learned through my journey share, be appreciative of other DJs, support
Hmm.
other DJs just as
Right.
well, because I want people to support me. So through my journey, that's what I always do. I never hate on DJs. I invite DJs to stuff with me. We back in the day, I used to have like we call them DJ battle, but it wasn't a battle. We just put DJs together and we just one play for a while, one another one play for a while. It wasn't about battling who was the best. It just we just played together. So that was a
Right.
real important a part of my journey when I
Mm.
learning into the DJ, into how to share and to get along with other DJs this as well. As I want DJs to get along with me. But you're still gonna have DJs that still gonna hate on you, just like that. But I have no hate for DJs. Any DJ that want to work with me, I don't have any problems working with DJs. So I think that's what helped me grow so much
Right.
into this DJ work because I
Right.
didn't, I didn't hate on other DJs and I supported other DJs.
Right. And
That's kind of
that's
like the
something. Yeah.
same as producers.
Right.
Like I call myself DJ Tig. I just thought it sounded real cool. I ain't a
Uh-huh.
real DJ like you, DJ Elliott
Right.
Brown. But it's
Right.
it's the same in music producing.
Right.
Supporting
Mm-hmm.
each other. That's important.
Support.
Yeah.
That's what it's
Yeah.
about. That's what it's
And
about.
I mean, you hit the nail on the head with that. You kind of see it as a producer and an artist, you know, um, really, because one thing about it, one constant thing, especially in the industry now, is change. And the music industry, as far as within entertainment, has been the most disrupted part of the industry,
Um,
where it seems like it used to be every 3 years, you would see a major shift. But now, because of technology, because of the ability and what you can do, now you see major changes now every 30 to 60 days,
Right. True.
right
True.
now. And
Right.
I think one of the tried and true things that you touched on was relationships and being able to have a good rapport with fellow colleagues, man, fellow DJs, fellow producers,
That's it. Right.
and sometimes I think that kind of gets lost in the translation right now with technology, because
Right.
everybody, I mean, it's a perfect analogy with that. I had a cousin that was a DJ where I was from, and I remember as a little kid, I used to sometimes help him load his van. He had two Astro
Right.
vans,
Right.
and
True.
I would load, he had crates, of
Right. Yeah.
records,
Yeah. That's what I
you know,
started with the crates, the
right,
vinyl, the 12
right,
inch
with the
vinyl.
crates. And so we would help him load the crates, man. He had a show or something like that. We helped load the crates, and he probably have a couple of extra little records. He'd say, "Hey man, okay, well, I appreciate you, man. Here a record. You
Right.
give me
Right.
12 inch."
Right.
But then, now, last time I spoke with him, he still DJs from time to time, but he said, man, those crates, man, he said, I have them, in storage, but everything now, I have a bag. I've got my I got my turntables. I got my
That's it.
laptop. And he
That's
said
it.
just about every record that I have, man, I have it. I have it right here on my computer,
Right. Right. Right here on it. Right here on the tablet.
on the tablet.
On the
Right.
laptop, on the laptop, on
Hey,
your laptop, on your
like
laptop. And like you
Yeah.
say, the vinyl started out with vinyl,
Right.
and then I transitioned to CDs because they came out with some CD controls
Yeah.
next.
yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Then they went to the color code, the coded vinyl and all that stuff, and then just went to computer. You just load your stuff on the computers, and it's a whole lot easier now. I can tell you that. Because like you
Yeah.
say, back in the day, I probably had 20 crates of records.
Mm,
Right.
I
Right.
guess the
You know.
concept don't change though. The concept. That
Yes,
was my
yes,
question. It's like it's a lot of young brothers and sisters out here that want to be looking forward to being DJs. Like, what advice would you give them in this day and time?
Yes.
We know where we came up. With the
right.
crates and all that. How do you? What
Well,
route would you go?
well, just like I said in the beginning, my advice to them would be don't never be threatened by another DJ. You can learn from
Mm,
someone else
Mm.
and to help you advance yourself a whole lot faster by hating on someone. So
Right.
my advice is always, support other DJs, and if don't be afraid to go up to a DJ and ask a DJ for a question if something you don't know. Because I ask plenty of DJs for stuff. Because like right now, I got controllers. I see other DJs got their controllers out somewhere. And I'm like, well, I can't get my controller to do that. So I'll go up to them like, well, how you get your controller to do that then? So
Hmm.
so
yeah,
I can do. So I'm
yeah,
not afraid to ask a question, even though I done been in the game all this years. I'm still learning.
Right.
So don't be afraid to ask
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
want to be into this game. And believe me, this game is not easy. A lot of people think DJing is an easy job.
Hmm.
Everybody can
Hmm.
play records, but everybody
Right.
can't get nobody out in their dance flow. See, that's the
Okay.
thing.
that's
Okay.
the
DJing is
gift.
okay,
That's
but
the
putting people
gift.
on that
Yes.
flow is another job.
Yes.
Hmm.
I mean, and
That's all.
that's something, DJ Brown, that man is important, very important, because again, it goes back to what I was saying earlier, man, the end result. I mean, they see, I mean, someone that good, it's entertainment, you make it look effortless.
Right.
But in making it look effortless, that's also, hey, the expertise
There you
It's
in
go.
a
knowing
Dean. It's
how
an
to make it
expertise, but
effortless.
I will say this. This is just my opinion. What I think
Right.
to
Right.
be a great DJ, it's a gift.
It is.
There you
It
go.
is.
Yeah, it is. It
Sure.
is. It
For
is.
sure.
It is. It
For
is.
sure.
Yep.
For sure. Tig, you are so
It's a
right,
gift.
man. I mean, it
It's a
is
gift.
it is a
It's a gift.
gift. And to take that and build on it and
Build
develop
yourself up.
it.
Build yourself up. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, it
amazing.
is.
That's amazing.
You made a point. It is a gift because
Yeah.
everybody can't really do it. Some people try to do it. They think they can do it, but
Yeah. I
uh,
it's like I always said, like a good DJ, a great DJ, he just simply knows what people like
like
Yes.
there you go.
musically.
There you
Yes.
go.
And it kind of
Yes.
coincide with being a producer. That's why I can understand it
Mm-hmm.
in that light.
Right.
Right. Right.
And
Ha-
being a good DJ, you got to know how to change up. This crowd might like
Mm.
certain kind of music here. You
mm-hmm.
can't go over here and play the same music you played over there. They come over here, they might like, well, man, I don't want to hear that when they're over there. Now those folks they
Right.
party on that kind of music that
Yeah.
you're playing. But over here, they
Yeah.
want to hear different kind of music. So I learned that the hard way because when I first started out, and I played at clubs, and the clubs were rocking on certain music. Then I went out of town to a club, and I was playing the music that I played at home.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody
Wow.
walked up, you say, "Well, man, when you gonna play something for us to dance on?" I'm like, "Oh, I thought I was playing all good songs because everybody where I was from, they the flow stayed
Yeah.
back, but they
What
didn't want to hear none of that stuff."
can I ask you?
So,
What's your as a DJ? What's your spectrum of music? What will you not play, or what's like? What's your
oh,
spectrum?
I'm gonna tell you something. Since I've been playing a spectrum, I would play all music, but I'm gonna tell you what I've done when I started DJing. When I first started DJing, I had I went to before I started DJing. I went to a wedding reception one day, and I heard the
Mm.
DJ playing. He was playing curse music, and you got your grandmama, your daddy, your grandparents at this wedding reception.
Right.
And I said,
Right.
when I started DJing right now today, I don't play curse music. I played the
Mm.
whole time. I played in clubs with 300 and 400 people in clubs, and I played clean music. I never
Mm.
wanted to try to switch my music, try to say, okay, I can't play this at this wedding reception. So I always can just go to my computer. I can just put a song on. I ain't got to worry about is it a dirty song or clean song. I always played clean music. My whole
Right.
journey playing music, it's been clean music. I always, when I
Mhm.
brought music, it was clean music. But so
Mm.
that's why I was always able to play. It didn't matter what it was. I played. Now back in the day, loved it my rap
Right.
in my hip hop.
Right.
I loved it the rap in the hip hop and in the old school, the R&B.
Oh
I
yeah.
loved it that. And
Oh yeah.
now since I'm gonna say since the pandemic
Right.
put me off from work for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
that's when transitioned from that into the Southern Soul.
Okay.
Wow.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
That's
And
how I
man, I
transitioned into the Southern Soul.
right. And you know what, DJ, that's important, and that's another. You just they basically said talked to, and you put out another jewel based on that, and that's for artists
Yes.
as well. When you coming out with a song, you have a clean version, and then you have an explicit
That dirty
version.
version. Right,
Yeah,
right.
that
Explicit.
dirty version,
Right, right, right. Yeah.
and that's important for artists to take account because you might, okay, yeah, you might have started out with that explicit version, that
Yep.
dirty version,
Right, right,
but
right, right.
you might be limiting yourself um, for the proper exposure for that song because, well, you didn't have a clean version for that because, like you said, there are a lot of DJs that hey, they might like the song, but that might be a little too. Do
The
you have a clean
little
version?
raunchy.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, no doubt, no doubt. So,
Talk about we talk about Southern Soul. Like so,
yes.
just both of y'all. Like what is y'all's definition of Southern Soul? I would like as a producer, I make a lot of different types of music,
Mm-hmm.
and just to
Yes.
get kind of like somewhat of a understanding. I think I know, but what's y'all's definition of Southern Soul? It's
I'll
been
say,
around.
yeah, I'll say it's soul blues. I'm
Mm.
saying the Southern Soul came direct from the blues,
Yes. Yes.
and they
Um.
just switched the name of it. They switched the name. They put the Southern
Yeah.
Soul on the front of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
But
mean
I say
like
it's blues.
BB
I'll say it's
King,
blues.
Bobby Blue
Yeah, yeah,
Bland,
yeah. I'll say it's blues. Yeah,
Tyrone Davis?
yeah. Tyrone
Yes.
Davis. Yes.
Yeah,
That's what I say.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, that is, I mean, you are exactly right. To
It's a
me, Southern
spin. It's a
Soul
spin.
is, it's definitely under the R&B umbrella, more blues,
Right.
because um, blues is it encompasses all of that.
Right.
Has
Mm.
some gospel roots in there too, but blues,
Oh yeah.
I
like
can't forget
you,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
you hit the nail on the head though,
I'll say
DJ
this here.
Brown.
I'll say this here. 90% of the what they call a Southern Soul artists not come from a church.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you
They
go.
sung in the choir at the church.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's how I started, man. In the
Me too.
choir. Mom and them. Hey, mom was like, "Oh boy,
Hmm.
you think you can sing? Well, we're gonna put you in the choir and see
Right.
what you can do."
Right.
And
Right.
Now, I always say
and
I
yeah,
remember listening to Southern Soul like coming up, young. When wasn't popular
yes,
with us being young, and Mama and them, and even Dad and them, they would play it, and it's like, oh man, I don't want to hear that.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yes,
the story, the blues and the stories, though,
Right.
yes,
I still
Right.
I didn't know what them stories meant when I was
And a lot of them
coming
right,
up,
stories
but
were true. They was true.
yeah, I see now.
yeah, oh yeah, and like you said,
Yeah.
Yeah.
listening to that,
A lot of the old songs are
yeah,
true experiences from the blues artisans back in the day. A lot of
yes,
What's
yes. I
that
mean,
song? BB King. BB King song. It was you gave, and now you want to give them back.
uh-huh,
I forget
yeah,
the. I should
yeah,
know it because I listen to
yeah,
it so much.
yeah.
I gave
Yeah.
you 7 children, and now you want to give them back.
Back.
I can't think
Uh-huh.
of the name of that song,
Yeah.
but I know what you're saying. But all those songs was true.
Yeah.
Mm, mm,
Johnny,
mm.
to me, growing up, like you said, listening to one artist, my dad and mom, they love Johnny Taylor, of course.
Mm.
And there was one song that he had, it was called It's Cheaper to Keep Her.
Cheaper to
And
keep.
uh
Come on
and
now.
so
Come on.
he like, it's cheaper to keep her. He
Cheaper to
said,
keep. Yes, sir.
yeah, it said, I think it was a term. It was funny to me, but then, uh, I remember my dad. He would be listening, but then he'd be like shaking his head too, cause he'd be like, it was a saying. He said, "When you stare that old judge in the face, you're gonna want to cuss." The whole human race, cause it's cheaper to keep her.
To
And
keep her.
man,
Cheaper to
you
keep
know, that kind of stuff, man.
You
But
sound like him.
yeah, music that just man, you
her.
can relate to it. It was relatable, man,
Right.
and like you said, the soul music, man. Like some other artists like Denise LaSalle um and Lattimore and um those guys, Johnny Taylor, Tyrone Davis, like you said,
Tyrone Davis, that was the man now.
oh
Tyrone
yeah,
Davis was
he
the
was the
man.
man.
Tyrone, man, yeah.
Tyrone.
Oh yeah,
I
Mm,
will
mm,
say
mm.
Tyrone.
the soul or blues music, southern soul, whatever you want to call it,
Mm-hmm.
nowadays is a little bit more upbeat. It's
Yeah.
a little bit
Right, right,
more
yeah, yeah,
joyful. It ain't the
right,
sad,
right,
but it's a place for that too. You
right,
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
right.
It's
Yeah.
upbeat.
Yeah.
Don't have to
You
be.
still got some. I heard one the other day. Man, I was like, oh man, he's like, look, I didn't had enough. I'm back. Hey, take me. I'm running because walking is much too slow. I gotta go.
So it's safe to say that all of us here in this room have had our share of the blues in
Oh,
real life.
whew, man,
True.
man.
Okay,
You know
next,
what?
move on.
uh you know what, not to listen, hey, we all come from the juke joint, or origins. Grandma and them had a juke
Yeah.
joint too. So you know what,
Oh
I see them in the spirit raising some of that homegrown to that.
yeah.
Mm.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, DJ, in terms of that, like you said, with the genre, it's like you said, one thing about it is ever evolving, and you've seen it firsthand being a DJ, coming in
Ground
contact with
zero.
artists, yeah,
Right.
and so what in terms of opportunities as far as with performing and those things that you've been involved in, kind of speak on that a little bit,
Okay.
with that aspect of
Okay.
promotions and all of that
Well,
that you're involved with.
I'm gonna tell you one how I started out first. First, once the pandemic started, like I say, then I got bored sitting around the house, so I tried to figure out something to do. I played music on Facebook,
Yeah.
live, tried to do music, but I was playing the old school hip hop and all that stuff, but it was kicking you off, kicking you off, kicking it off. So they
Mm.
had a friend say, "Well, why don't you play some Southern Soul?" And I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna play some Southern Soul." So I went to playing Southern Soul, and I'll say probably after a little while, I got it at the Southern Soul. I started I started me a podcast, just like right now on Facebook.
All right.
I was interviewing artists. I had artists come on my live on Sunday. Every Sunday from at 1 o'clock, I went live. I would
Mm.
have an artist come on, and I would play this only this one artist. I'll play his music for on 1 hour straight. All of his
Mm.
music, and let him talk about each song. Have him on the live. He'll talk about his music. I started out doing that at first. So I was doing like they were saying interviews. I done that
Right.
every Sunday, and then I got out of that, and then I say, you know what? I'm gonna start me a platform. I'm gonna put upcoming artists on some shows. I want to promote some shows. So
Mm.
I met this guy up at this club that I play, Magnolia Lounge, where I do all my shows at. I
Right.
met this guy up there, and he say, "Well, man, I'm getting ready to retire from playing here at the club." He said, "I'm gonna turn it over to you." I said, "Well, okay." So he turned it
Mm.
over to me. So I said, you know what? Now I'm gonna get all artists that don't can never get on shows. They say they can't get on shows. I said I'm gonna put them on shows. So that's what I started doing for 2 years straight now. I mean, I probably done probably I'll say close to 100 shows. I've been doing a
Wow.
lot of shows. Because I was
Wow.
doing one time I was doing them every Sunday. I had a show at Magnolia Lounge every Sunday. I was doing,
Wow.
and it was upcoming artists that nobody, a lot of artists now that's known they was known
Right.
from the shows I put them on because they nobody was giving them a chance. Nobody knew nothing about their music
Mm,
or nothing of
mm,
the
mm.
kind. Now a lot of artists is known because I was doing. I got you got other people doing it now. It was some DJs or promoters that was doing it, but if you wasn't known, they wasn't putting your own shows. We lost him. They wasn't
Wow.
putting you on shows.
Right.
We lost him.
I'm still here.
Yeah.
I'm following you every word. Wow. That's wow.
Uh, yeah. I need to plug my tablet up for y'all might lose me.
Oh
Okay.
But yeah,
man,
he
come on, dude. Really?
I was just done a lot of shows
Hey guys,
and putting artists
I
on there that
appreciate y'all
wasn't heard of.
keeping it
Now a
down,
lot of
but I
these
need you
artists
to.
is heard of and known,
Mm.
and they's out there. And I still do shows. And then I went to the point
Okay. Okay.
I do get like right now like this Sunday I got LJ Eccles coming, and I got some upcoming artists that's going to be on the show with him along
Okay.
with him too. So that's my platform. I do. That's where I met Ben Jizzle because when I met him, he was at a place that Boulevard Rod had me to DJ because I done had him on plenty of shows, so they wanted me to do the show over there, and that's when I got to meet him. Like I told him, I said, "Well, I will put you on my platform where I'm at too to get you there." He came by the other night, and he was surprised. I let him sing this song, and he was like, "Oh wow, man, you gonna
Yeah.
let me sing?" I said, "Yeah, yeah."
I
But
told
that's
him
what
when
it's all.
I told him when he said he was coming. I was like, go on, make sure you got your shoe on. You know how the old folks say, make sure you put a shoe on because you never know.
Yeah,
You
that's
might-
it. You
and
come up in
sure enough,
Magnolia Lounge. If you come in Magnolia Lounge, I will
mm,
put you on the spot. I will give you some shine.
Yes.
That's one
Yes.
thing that
And
I say.
you know what?
I do the artists the same way I have came up with the DJs. I don't hate on no artists. I try to support all artists. I try to give them all a little bit of chance. If I can put you on one, I'll put you on. If I can't, I'll say, well, hey, my next show, I guarantee you, I'll put you
Yeah,
on the show, and I'll put them on the
shoot.
shows.
That's all
Yes,
you
indeed.
need. It's a shot.
I shot. That's
Somebody to
it.
believe in you, when you're doing this stuff. It all
That
coincide
give you a lot
together.
of confidence.
Yes.
That give
Yes.
you a lot of confidence. Yeah.
Yes.
And I want to tell you, last it was Father's Day, and I want to say that definitely the show was amazing, an amazing platform, and a lot of great artists that came out, and definitely it was refreshing for me to be in there and to just see, okay, oh man, this is nice. You have the talent, you have other artists there that is doing their thing, and it also was a gauge, for artists to come out there and see, okay, well, hey, man, am I, am I, am I in the river, and to
Yeah.
get that kind of validation lets you know that you are either, hey man, well man, I might need to go back and do some things, or I'm on the right track. And I
Right.
definitely felt that man, I was on the right track. And again, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to definitely, and we wanted to have you on, because
Right.
that's important, in terms of, they don't have artist development and they don't do those things, but what you're
That's
doing, you're providing,
Yeah.
that
All that.
platform for those
Yeah.
aspiring artists to come out and hey,
right.
yeah, you know what? Oh, you say you got this? Well, let's hey, proof is in the pudding. Let's
There you
let's
go.
play
There
it.
you go. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
If you
and
want to get up there and do it, let's do it. So
yeah.
yeah. So like I say, I have a I got a lot of respect. I got a lot of known artists that's like I've dealt with like Jeter Jones. I done
Mm.
had him 3 or 4 times. LJ Eccles done had. I got Mr. Curry coming up. The bigger artists I deal with them too. So I get a lot of respect from a lot of the artists, the upcoming artists, and the older artists. I get a lot of respect from because I really, besides putting them on my platform to perform, I go live a lot of time and promote their music. I go
Right.
live and everybody send me music and they call me sometimes. Man, when you going live? I done sent you some music. You ain't went live yet. Man." So
Mm-hmm.
I put their music out on Facebook so they can still get to be known and people know about their music also.
Mhm.
Cause like I said, I've got 2 or 3 different ways I try to help all the upcoming artists to be known.
No doubt. Yes, a lot of following in the
Yeah,
Facebook
right,
arena,
right.
with groups and everything. I've just kind of got into it. I'm gonna say one thing. I got me a little couple little singles out. I sing a little taste. If
Well,
I ever come to
I'm
the
gonna put you out there.
Magnolia,
I'm
don't
gonna, I'm
don't
gonna
don't
put
put me out there. I got to get my knees together.
hey, hey, only thing I'm gonna say, go get you a drink or do whatever you got to do. Then
Now
come
I
on
will
back.
do that, and I bet you they got some good eating in there.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. That's it. That's it. I'm gonna say,
I know it's
I
some
have a
good
lot of
eating.
them say, man, I want to do. And then when I get ready to call them, they like, man, give me 1 minute. Just wait a minute. Let me go get myself together. I said, go do what you got to do and come on back now.
Yeah, get your little ain't nothing a little cognac won't settle.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking. But I really enjoys it to see artists that always wanted a chance to get up there and perform. It means a lot to them just as much as it helps to me. They just need to calm themselves down and understand if you want to get up here, you got to work your way up here. You can't start out up here. Some want to start out up here.
All right, guys, man, definitely Party People Network, Party People, Dean Dizzle, DJ Tig, and we have our
Yeah.
special guest, DJ Elliott Brown. DJ Brown, man, I tell you, man, it's going down with DJ Brown, man, in the house. So,
All day.
It's going
yes,
down.
indeed. Yes,
It's going
indeed.
down.
But DJ, man, like you were saying, man, with the platform for aspiring artists, how can they get in contact with you? And just let them know about some of the things and the events that you got going on right now currently.
Okay, what I got going on right now? Well, tomorrow night I'll be at another club. Now, one thing about me, I do go out to other spots. I don't mind traveling, going wherever I need to go to do shows or whatever. I'm on a show tomorrow night with Miss Nellie Travis, Miss Connie Moore, Shantavis Nicole. It's uh, at Born Losers Motorcycle Club tomorrow night. That's where I will be
Okay.
tomorrow night.
Okay.
Saturday, I'll be in Augusta, Georgia. Got a private birthday party, invitation on the birthday party. But Sunday, I'll be at my home,
All right.
Magnolia Lounge. I got LJ Eccles will be there this Sunday. At LJ Eccles will be at Magnolia Lounge this Sunday, along with Shantae Nicole, uh, D, D, uh, hold on just a second. I gotta look at
Okay.
my flyer. I
That's
done had
all
a
right.
brain
That's
freeze.
all
I
right.
got a brain freeze.
Yeah, man, we want to
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Is Dean Dizzle
Hold
on that fly?
on. Just on that fly.
You better wear yourself a shoe.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Miss Diva Soul, she will be on this platform Sunday, along with Shantavis Nicole, LJ Eccles, and me and DJ Mr. Melvin. He's my DJ partner that we put on some big shows together. Me and him both do
Awesome.
shows together sometimes, and sometimes I do them by myself. But anyway, that's who on our show this Sunday at Magnolia Lounge. LJ Eccles is the headliner, and he's bringing the Neckbone Band. He will have his band with him also this
Okay.
Sunday.
Okay. Awesome.
Oh,
Awesome.
yeah. Uh, but that's what I got going on this weekend, and I got a couple other shows. I got a sneaker ball coming up on the 28th there at the club. Sneaker ball on the
Okay.
28th, and I got a boots on the ground DJ party on the 19th of July. The 27th of July I got coming up. We got Mr. Smoke and Mr. Nelson Curry going to be at Magnolia Lounge on July
Okay. All
27th.
right.
And I got one show in August. Well, I got shows scattered out right now. I try not to do them too much back to back to back, but it lets them go in different places. So I do travel, so I like people to know I only just don't do stuff at Magnolia Lounge. If you call me, if I ain't got something already planned at Magnolia Lounge, if you need me to come out to do something anywhere else, I have no problem of traveling parties or DJing for shows. I do
Yeah.
trail rides sometimes too. I
Awesome.
DJ for trail rides
Awesome.
sometimes. All that,
Man, well
also.
that sounds amazing.